Champion, it's time for cat massage. Good for you. Use 2 hands to double your pleasure and double your fun. How do you know if you're giving a good cat massage? Accept me. A whisker watch alert is in effect here. Boring. Now, when to cat massage? Whenever.
Hello, everyone. A Whisker Watch alert is in effect. We've got Maarten visiting from the other side of the planet. Hey, Maarten, how are you?
I'm good. That intro wild.
I'm just really into anything weird I can find. I've got other things I've like clipped and that I want to make other intros, but I'm just not tired of cat massage yet. It's the best. And there's something about that and Indian Superman that just go together like peanut butter and jelly. I don't know what. So welcome to Haul Yeah Comics. I am Nate, and I am joined by Maarten, the Aussie comic book collector. Maarten is the first person I ever did like a hangout with. I can't say live stream because when you and I did ours, I didn't know how to live stream. Like I didn't get the whole deal. So like we just kind of did it and it was recorded and then uploaded later. But this is live for reals. So I don't remember exactly how we set this up, but you and I were just kind of chatting back and forth in the comments of something, I think. And it was like, we got to do this again. And I have a long weekend and we made the math work.
Yeah. And I think this is like the 3rd time we've done it. So yeah, this is cool. I like doing this.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, it's always good to see you. I have Maarten's channel pinned at the top of the chat. I'm going to say hi to our chat here in a minute, but I learned about your channel, I'm pretty sure, from Lunch Money Mike. Like, I think he shouted you out in a video. And that's where I found several channels early on. But yeah, I saw you and you put out a video every damn day. It's like, and aside from like a technical glitch that you had a while back, you were still doing it.
Yeah. I my phone died. Well, didn't really die, but it just massively glitched. So I went and bought myself a new one and then had to set it up. So there was a bit of a delay. So I lost maybe 1 or 2 days. But yeah, I post every single day at the same time every day, which is a bit annoying because it's like dinner time. But yeah, and I've just started doing it on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, my twin brother, he introduced me to TikTok, and he's like, you should put the videos up on there. So yeah, it's on YouTube, it's on TikTok. So
well, that's
I'm
expanding. Cool. How's that going? Like I hear TikTok can get you a whole lot more views.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm getting like say 200 views for every video, a little bit of back and forth. So but it's early days. Like I've only been doing it for like I think maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So yeah,
cool, man. Oh, I don't have the TikTok. I don't want it on my phone. I don't need like one more thing to grab my attention because I have so little of it to begin with. There are some people in the chat, so I want to say hey to them. First, as almost always, is my friend Andres K. Munin. Thanks for being here. And then there's Robbie Josephs, Prince of the comic book community. Michael. There's my friend Chris. I hope you got to maybe go do some digging yesterday, Chris. I did not. I was a good boy for Black Friday. I did not spend comic book money. I saw Doug. There's Doug, the comic collector coach. And I thought I saw, there we go. There's somebody newer to me. I think that is actually going to be Jab on his other account. So that's either Jay or Bax. See, I called it. Wrong account. I recognized it. I saw it. I seen it. And then Lyle from the Great White North. So we got a friend from Canada. We got a friend from Australia. Maarten, what
Yeah,
did you want to do with our time together today on this? Well, let's go ahead. It's early Sunday morning for you. What,
yeah.
7 a.m. Sunday morning?
It's 7 a.m. Sunday morning, and I've been up for 3 hours. I checked my messages very early this morning. I got an email from a mate of mine who lives half an hour down the road, and he's informed me that there's another comic book shop 30 minutes in the other direction. So today, I got nothing else to do. I'm going to pop down there and check it out.
Awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah,
I love finding a new shop, and you guys are kind of limited. Like someone was telling me, like it's like 20 some shops in all of Melbourne.
yeah. So let me see. So there's this new one that I just spoke about. There's two that I know of in my local area, and then there's two in the city. So that makes only five. Five in the whole of Victoria, and Victoria's a pretty big state. So
Yeah,
um, yeah, it's few and far between.
man. So it just seems like it'd be so much more of an impediment to be a collector down there. Like, are prices comparable to what we see here in the States? Are they way more?
Well, let me see. They would be like $7. They're about $7.50 Australian here for a $4.99 book.
Okay.
So I mean, it's not great, but with costs and everything involved, it's to be expected. Um, and look, every time I go into my local, and I'll shout them out, All Star Comics in Melbourne. Every time I go to All Star Comics, they are packed full of people, and they say we're being busy every single day. Um,
That's
which
great.
I love hearing that. I love hearing that they don't have a break.
Right? I mean, because yeah, if people aren't actively, you know, digging for books, buying books, then the stores don't stay in business. But I also noticed, even, you know, where I am, not that I'm drowning in shops, but there's plenty of them.
Yeah,
Um, there's always people at the boxes, and there's a lot of turnover of the stuff that's in the bin. So I mean, I know I'm not the only one.
yeah. And
And
I was just gonna say it's really good to see college kids getting involved.
yeah,
Yeah,
without a
every
doubt.
time
Yeah,
it's the kids from uni. They finish uni for the day and they go and buy some books, and it's like I like hearing that, I like seeing that.
I do too. Yeah, we need younger readers for sure. So K Munin wishes you good luck on
Ah,
your
thank
hunt
you.
today. So yeah, so what did you said you brought some books to show, and mostly I think we're just gonna kind of chat a little back and forth, but you have a really impressive collection, not just in volume, which is insane, but also in quality. You have some really big keys and important books, and you're not a seller, you're not a flipper, you're a guy who buys these because you love them.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see what you brought us today.
So I've got six books here, and yeah, this is obviously the backing board. Um, and they get progressively bigger. So the last book is going to be a big one. I've had it for a while, um, but the first one I want to show off is this. I'll just get it into view. There we go. It's Legion of Superheroes issue 298. And the reason why I wanted to show this off for you, Nate, is this is the first appearance of Amethyst.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's got the
Uh,
16 page preview or something like that in the middle.
yes. Yeah. The free 16-page preview right in the middle.
Yeah. I don't
And
I don't have that. That's great.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was going through all the boxes in here like 2 weeks ago, and I found this tiny little box, and it was filled with nothing but keys. And on the top was this one, and I was like, I gotta get this out, and I want to show it to you. So,
I
um,
I love that you consider that a key. Amethyst is a fun read. It really
she
is.
is.
It's like She-Ra, but like a little bumped up in terms of maturity, right? Like it's a little
Yeah,
more grown up. I really like it. I really
yeah.
do. Uh,
Um, well,
Robbie's got a question for you if you don't mind. Do you have to order a lot of books from the USA, or are you able to find what you're looking for locally?
well, there is a book on my comic shop that I'm going to be buying for the Cyber Monday sales, and it's $30 US to post it here, and that's like the smallest value. It goes from $30 to $80 US. So
Wow.
postage is a bit of a killer, but when you're getting a book that is of a certain price, it's kind of justified.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't order a lot of books from the States because I get them from my local.
And so I guess do they so I know in certain countries, like when they print new books, they print the books in that country too. Are they printing new books in Australia to get to your
No,
shop, or are they shipped?
they're shipped from I think like Marvel do it from Canada, I think,
Okay.
or China, or I don't know the shipping details to be honest, but I know that they
Mhm.
get them interstate, so international. And there's no like Australian reprints anymore. There used to be in the 70s, like it was huge in the 70s, and then it kind of petered out into the 80s. And I do have a few. Like I got the first Daredevil as an Aussie variant.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
yeah, and it's very cool. And I got Uncanny X-Men issue 1 as an Aussie reprint.
That's really
Um,
cool too.
yeah, but they're back at home, so yeah, there's no more Australian reprints. It's all US based.
All US. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, Robbie, appreciate you answering his question there.
I like it. It was a good question. Thank you.
Well,
Did you want me to move on to the next one?
sure, if you're ready. That's cool.
Yeah.
The Legion also, I do want to mention that Legion was Keith Giffen. Love Keith Giffen's writing and art. That's his art
Yeah.
on the cover, I'm almost positive.
Yes, it is. It's got his little signature right
Yeah,
there. You can't even see it, but it's there. So good eye.
yeah. I recognize him.
So the next one is this. This is Crazy Cat Comics issue 1 from 1951.
Wow.
And the reason why I wanted to show this off is this is the inspiration for Itchy and Scratchy from The Simpsons.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And as you can see, it is in a really bad condition.
It's from the, I see it's from the Diane pedigree.
Yeah, I don't know who Diane is, but I say thank you, Diane, because you put it on there, I was able to get it for a good price.
Yeah. I don't mind when a kid writes their name on a book. I never do. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, because it means a kid liked it enough to say, I don't want my brother to steal it. Because he will, because that kid's a dick.
But they've also put sticky tape along here, and it's insanely brittle. So I've taken that out of the bag once, and probably never again.
Do you know what year that's from?
Yeah, it's from 1951.
Wow, man.
It
That
went for
wild.
like a year, and yeah, just the violence is pretty out there for a 50s book.
Yeah, well, like the whole shtick was that the mouse is always hitting the cat with a brick. And that's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty intense. You know, you can do a lot of damage.
Yeah. But yeah, I just wanted to show it off. And
that's cool. Another question for you from Doug.
yes. Yeah, it was Yaffa Publishing. So there was 2 publishers. There was Yaffa, who is up in Sydney, and then there was Newton, who I think were down here in Melbourne. I've got a mate who, his name's Neville, and he is like the aficionado for Newton and Yaffa printing. And so
okay.
whenever I have a question about these books, I always ask Neville. But yeah, it was a Yaffa book. It is a Yaffa book.
Cool. A couple more people snuck in. I just want to say hey to Rich from Big Nasty. And then Mark, there he is. He's got a channel, Mark's Issues with Archie Comics. It's like all exclusively Archie. And I love seeing that, the books he does. And then that's a friend of mine, if that's who I think it is. What's up, buddy? All right. What else did you bring?
Well, funny that you mentioned Archie, because I've got this.
Oh my gosh. That is awesome. That is one that's on the list for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is Laugh, issue 166. And I bought this during the pandemic from like the Australian version of Craigslist.
it sounds. I mean, Craigslist is dangerous enough. Do we really
Yeah.
need to Aussie that up?
Yeah, we've got this website. It's called Gumtree, and yeah, it's so in the 80s and 90s, or even before then, we had this magazine that came out, and it was the Trading Post. And then when the Trading Post, when the internet came in, they got rid of the Trading Post and they got to Gumtree. And then on Gumtree, you can find anything on there. And I found this, and it was $195 Australian. And I didn't have to pay for postage because the person said, you're already paying too much money for it. I'll just send it out to you for free. And I'm like, cool. And so
That's awesome.
I bought it for my mum because she's a big Beatles fan. And I showed it to her.
That's
and
funny.
Like,
so is my mom. Huge
Yeah?
Beatles fan. Yeah, my mom's first concert was a Beatles concert.
Yeah, mine too.
Still talk. Jeez, really?
Yeah.
See, connections across continents, people. They happen.
But yeah, I showed it to her and she's like, oh, okay. She said, you didn't pay too much money for it, did you?
No.
Okay.
Aussie Archie's oversized and black and white. Is that a thing?
Yeah, so the interiors are black and white and the exterior is color. But the color is always bad.
Oh man, that stinks.
Yeah, it's
well,
like
that cover too, like Kay Munin says that, it's a different hairstyle for Veronica. She almost looks like she kind of looks like Christina Ricci.
I met Christina Ricci.
What?
Yeah, she did a convention here.
That's cool.
Many years ago. I got a photo with her. And anyway, but yeah, isn't that a Bobsy cut?
Yeah, right. It's like different from what I'm used to, but that's so cool. That's such a cool cover. I've seen that one before.
Yeah. I've got an issue of Veronica that hopefully arrives Monday, and I'm hoping it arrives because I'm going to include it in a video. Yeah, there's a particular cover that I want to show off on my channel. So
cool.
That's the video I'm going to be filming as soon as I can.
I want to show you something here because I mean, you collect everything. I collect, a lot of weird stuff, and I fixate on that. So this is something I got very recently from Johnny of Johnny's Comic Stuff. I don't know if you saw that there are 15 Nightcat 9/8s in the world.
Wow.
And one of them is here in my nerd room. And so this is unreal. Like, it's such a stupid book to get graded and then to get this grade on it, right? So I love that I have it, but it pairs really well with, and this was harder to get. I had to get this from the UK, the Nightcat vinyl EP of the real music.
What? Where did you get that?
So this was exclusively a UK release for DJs of, it's like 3 different versions of her quote unquote song, Number One House Rule. There was really an artist who performed as Nightcat. It was a different person who did the singing versus the person who did the, like, whoever this is. And so this can be really pricey. So Dave, it's still only 35 cents. I got him the cassette, like, that has all of that they actually made with all the tracks on it. That was the only way you could get like all of the music. This was just for DJs and like clubs and things. But yeah, this I had to get from the UK, and I didn't pay I paid more in shipping than I did for the record. And that's not common. Like, I think whoever put this up didn't realize what they had, and I happened to catch it early. Yeah. Which that always feels good.
Is record collecting big in the US like it is here in Australia?
Oh yeah. Vinyl, it's huge and very pretentious. I was never a huge, like, I'm not into, the collecting high end or any of that stuff. I like to collect books because I want to read them. We would get records because we wanted to listen to them, and my wife and I would like to find things at the record store that we'd never heard of, or that sometimes it's just something they'd play over the loudspeakers. And we say, well, what is that? And they tell us, and we go grab something by that band. But yeah, it's huge. It's huge.
Oh, good, good.
But I had to get out of it because I spend all my money on this stuff. Like I can't do 2 collectibles.
Yeah,
Um,
I had to stop with one seller that I was buying like massive amounts from, and I just went, I just can't do it anymore.
yeah.
In the last couple of months, I've really kind of like shifted how I buy my books.
Let's see. 9/8 Nightcat Vital or Bust. We'll see. Oh, I should have got that one out. Mr. Canoehead is a Canadian comic that I learned of from my friend Lyle here, and it's about a guy who's got a canoe on his head, and when he gets struck by lightning, it fuses to his head. That's it. That's the joke. And,
Okay.
and it was a TV sketch, but he actually appears in a comic book. Nightcat is better than Milli Vanilli, and she is a real fake artist. Yes, yeah,
Okay.
we'll give you that. I still can't believe that that nobody has like Squirrel Girl was such a silly character, and then they kind of brought her into the fold and acknowledged and embraced the silliness, and she's somebody that people like now. Like, how can that not happen with someone like Nightcat, a down on her luck 80s Milli Vanilli singer? Like, it writes itself.
It does, yeah, and the story's there, and yeah, good characters. I use that term loosely. They don't die. If there's a story there, there'll be someone who will utilize it. So yeah.
Yes, it's time for Nightcat massage. I'm down. I'm down. I don't know if she is though. You got to have permission. All right.
All
Before
right.
this gets too blue.
Well, I was actually going to say something, but maybe it is a little bit too blue. When you said Mr. Canoehead, we had in the 90s, we had this Aussie comic strip in surf magazines, and it was called Gonad Man. And it was just this guy and every skit he would be on his surfboard, and he'd have just these big balls that they were too big for his body. It was very weird.
Hold on, I have to write down Gonad Man.
Yeah.
Aussie comic strip. All right, I'll be looking that up.
What that guy, but anyway, let's move on.
I've never heard of that. It's always so good to have you around, Martin. Thanks for visiting and getting me banned.
Yeah, sorry about that. Hopefully it doesn't do anything.
We'll be fine.
So the next one I found was this.
Wow.
The glare. So this is, what issue is it? It's the last issue. It's issue 9. And it's that glare is killing me.
It doesn't look too bad on my end.
Okay.
I promise.
So this is a reprint of the first issue, and I've got 2 copies. So I've got two issues of this series. So I've got the first issue and I've got this issue, and they're exactly the same.
Seriously? Like, it's the same stories and everything?
Yeah, they just reprinted the first issue and they used it as the last issue, and then that was it.
That is lazy. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Is it drawn inside? Is it art, or is it like a fumetti? Like, okay.
I'll open it up and I'll show you. Why not? Because it's not in that bad condition. There.
Good Lord, is that a paper mache Hitler costume?
Oh. Yes.
Oh, Hogan's Heroes.
I might put that away. My conversation is getting worse and worse. Sorry.
It's okay. I just don't know how you like. I just don't understand how that show happened. Like, what if we set a sitcom at a POW camp during World War II?
Yeah.
So weird.
I saw I was at the shops yesterday and I saw the box set of the DVD, and I thought I could get it, but no, I've got this and this will do. So
that'll do.
Yep. But moving on to something a little bit nicer.
Okay.
Oh wait, yes, it was one of the best comedies of all time. But yeah, moving on to something a little bit nicer, we have this.
What is this?
So this is Jeddah of the 21st century. This is the last issue. So there was 3 issues, and it started in issue 5, and this is issue 7. So it's by Dan DeCarlo, and
Oh,
it's set obviously in the future in the 21st century. So it's kind of like Archie meets the Jetsons. So
yeah.
yeah, very futuristic, lots of robots, and a lot of guys trying to hit on Jeddah.
I wonder why.
Yeah, well, good looking redhead. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, you got Mark's attention with that Dan DeCarlo.
um,
I love the like cubism art in the background too. It's just very like very much of the time. You
yeah, it's
know,
very
it's cool.
yeah. There was a trade of the 3 issues that came out, and it would be about 12 years ago now that it came out. And luckily, I picked it up when it came out because it's really hard to find. And it's got like artwork from current artists that love Jeddah, um, and yeah, it's just again, it's a very hard book to find in good condition for a good price.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
she
I
does.
mean
Yes,
it's
she
kind
does
of
have a short fuse.
kind of funny that you say like that these artists love her. There's only 3 issues of it. It's hard to find. I wonder how something like that develops a cult following.
I think because it's kind of Archie centric.
Mm.
Kids may have found out about it. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a
Elena
good
said.
club. That it, if you can be in that club, like I have this book that they own and it's rare, you're doing all right, Martin.
Well, I've been wanting to get the first issue, the 5th issue, but it's in the hundreds, like in terms of
Mm.
price.
Yeah.
And I can't, at the moment, I can't really justify all my books are going everywhere. I have too many Ravagers around.
No, you
Sorry.
don't. No, you don't.
Um, yeah, at the moment, I can't really justify getting it just with like things that are coming up in terms of things we have to pay for. So, um,
Yeah. Oh, I know. Real life makes comic collecting hard, man.
well,
It really does.
I had to save up, and my son just had his birthday, and I bought him a PC, and that was like I paid for it myself, and it caused a little bit of frustration um, in the family.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was a
because
little pricey.
he got such a big birthday present, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
But it's like a
but
10-year birthday present, right? Like you get a good enough computer, they last a good while.
yeah, and I said, you're not getting anything for Christmas. Yeah, that's it. So, um, but anyway, um, I've got one more book to show. What's this?
It's what
Read more
Mark
Archie.
just wants everybody to read Archie. I don't blame him. It's good fun.
Years ago, there was a comic shop that has since shut down, and there was 2 guys who were working there, and they had a long box full of Archie books, and they said that they'd give it to me for $300, and I didn't know what was in there, but they said, you can save up for it and pay us outright when you can, but I declined. I thought I'll be smart and say no, but in hindsight, I should have said yes and bought all those Archies.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean $2 a piece, depending on if it was 150 or 200 books. So maybe under $2. Yeah, you were an idiot. You should have done it. I would go back in time.
Well, I'm still in touch with the guys. I don't know if they've still got it, so maybe I could,
Do you know
tap
how
in.
old the books, like if it was just like 80s stuff, but like if there
Yeah,
was a
see,
chance there was older like 12 and 15 cent era, man, that'd be
I think,
cool.
yeah, I think it was like late '60s all the way through to the '80s. So
Oh wow. Yeah, see
yeah,
that might be worth rolling the dice on for sure.
yeah. But at the time, I was like, I should be good and say no. So
Yeah.
anyway, that was then. This is now, and I've got this one book that this is the last book I'm going to show off. Yeah, and It's this.
Dude, whoa. I just got
Now,
the facsimile last week.
yeah, I pre-ordered it as well.
But you don't need it. You've got that. That's awesome.
So, what this is the original, but it's coverless. Yep. And so this is just like someone has printed it off on their printer, and
Same thing. Same thing.
yeah,
But it doesn't diminish, does it?
not at
Like, put your book back up. It's amazing. I'm just saying, like, aren't you just as happy to have that with a reprinted cover? Because you know the part that's the most important is the inside, like
Yeah.
being able to read it. The cover's great, but the story is why I've got it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool, man. That's so
all.
cool.
So it's a 0.3 because it's coverless. It's from my comic shop, and I remember I was looking at them, and yeah, they had like they were 2,000, 3,000, and then there was one, and it was $180.
That's great.
And I'm like, why is it so cheap? And then I realized there's no cover. And I was talking to my brother. I was like, I want to get it. And he's like, you know what? If you want to get it, just get it. And so obviously I did. And yeah, it arrived. And it's been in that little box up the top there for, I don't know, 3 years now. And I kind of forgot that I had it. And then when I saw it on the weekend, I was like, I'm going to show Nate. I want to show this to you guys.
It's super cool, man. I remember passing on a coverless Justice League #1 at a convention when I was a kid. I think they wanted like it was like maybe $75 or something, and I'm like, why would I want that? It's like, and now, I'd happily pay that because you just don't, even coverless, you just don't see them. You just don't see those books. And well, I'm sorry, not that you don't see them, but you don't see them that I can afford them, I guess is the way I'd say that. Like that's Alan, Comic Collector Geek, taught me that too. Like if you really don't care, go get the purple label, because you can then have the book and it's not going to cost you what the others do.
Yeah, I mean, like this one here. This is a purple label. I'll get it very carefully. My Hulk 180, and
First appearance of Wolverine. Fight me.
Yes. No fighting necessary. You absolutely true here. It actually says it. First appearance of Wolverine.
It should.
But yeah, I didn't realize this was a purple label until it arrived because I got it from a guy interstate, and I was over in Adelaide, and he handed it to me, and I'd paid for it in full, and he's like, "Here it is," and I was like, "Oh, it's a purple label," and he said, "Does that matter?" I said, "Not at all, not at all." Because
do you know what is the restoration that's been done to it? Because sometimes you can get that like a cleaner or a conservator can remove whatever it is. Like if it's color touch, a lot of times that can be removed.
Yeah.
Then you can resubmit it and it's blue.
It's a small amount of color touch on cover, and I think it's here. I don't know if you can see that glare is killing me, but there's this tiny little marking here that someone's just kind of scratched along. That's the only thing I can see that there's any work done to it. But yeah, and it really doesn't matter,
Right.
It's still the same book. It's in my collection. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it is. And I, like I said, man, if you really like, if it was really eating at you, and I don't think it is for you, but for other people, a lot of that stuff is reversible. It's only the only one that I don't like, that I wouldn't personally buy, not because of value or anything else, is when they trim the edges, because then you're not necessarily getting the whole book. Something could be missing. I don't like missing pages either. But let's see here real quick. Someone else here, Gimpy204, just started a Justice League run, and then Lyle, who is a prolific collector, like had so many. He sold several long boxes, and he's down to only having 100 now.
Wow.
But I what is your estimate for how many comics you have in your collection? Because when we talked the first time, I remember it just blew my mind.
So I should probably do a recount, but I know, and this doesn't include the ravages. Um, there was just shy of 28,000.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is insane. That's amazing.
But
And these are and 28,000. Your intention is to just continue to hang on to them and enjoy them and collect them.
well, no. I'm actually thinking. See, I'm 25 at the moment. I'm thinking at the age of 50, I might start culling the stuff that I know I'm not going to read again, and only really keep the stuff that I really want to hold on to.
Yeah.
Um, and the reason for that is, and I don't want to talk out of turn, but there's a mate of mine, and he's 65, and he lives by himself. And his house, the first time I went to his house, it was just, there was comic boxes everywhere. You couldn't move in every single room. And I thought, I don't want to get to that point in my life and be like that guy.
Yeah.
Because what do I do? I don't know what I do. And he's since sold. We a couple of guys and we helped him sell a whole lot of his stuff. So his house is looking 100 times better. But yeah, I just thought, by the age of 50, I want to just keep the stuff that I really love. Like this. Actually, this one is signed. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, I see that.
It says signed, and I paid $65 for it.
Holy
because
cow.
It's signed by Paul Ryan, who unfortunately is no longer with us.
Mm-hmm.
But signed by Paul Ryan. So yeah,
that's cool. So you said you're 45?
Yes.
Yeah, because I turned 49 this next month, and I don't have 28,000, but I do start to look around and think, okay, I kept these because I wanted to read them again, or because I enjoyed reading them, and I want to keep that memory. But I am also at the point where I can see where there's certain things that I'm not going to read them again. And it doesn't make sense to hold on to it just because I like the character or whatever. I would rather see it go to somebody who would read it and enjoy it. But also if I clear out a short box, that's a short box of Silver Age DC I can now have room for, right? It would also let me focus more on the things that I want to collect. And I remember talking to people like you said, your friend who's older, and they're like, yeah, I'm getting out of it. I'm tired. I'm like, I'll never be tired of it. But now not that I'm tired of it, but now I kind of understand being buried by your collection a little bit and needing to streamline just in order to keep going.
Yeah. And it's not a case of selling it in order to make a ton of cash or even some cash. It'd just be a case of I just don't have the space, especially at home. And even here's an infinite space. I can't keep filling it up. I'm going to be at the point where I'm at the front door doing these videos with all these shelves behind me. When does it stop?
Right.
Yeah.
I hear you, man. I bought a whole shelving unit for this room and thought I'm good to go. This'll last me a while. It's a year later and it's full. So, and I'm with you. It's and what Michael just said about getting a storage unit, I don't want another place I have to, put things. I've got a house, I've got a nerd room, I do have a basement, but I don't want to fill that either. I want to keep it somewhat manageable.
Well, when I moved to the family home before this one, before where we are now, that we had a basement, and I put all these boxes, all these books in the basement, and they were just in plastic tubs. And come the winter, the basement would flood that much.
Oh yeah, jeez.
And I would just freak out. And we were there for 10 years. The books never got damaged. I don't know how I was so lucky. But yeah, as soon as we came to the house where we are now, I sorted everything out.
Wow, man. That's that is a fear I have with my basement, is that if I did put anything down there, it'd have to be up so far just so that I know, that if there was a flood, the sump pump goes out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm always hearing Mark's horror stories, from different people about a hurricane, a tornado, a flood, a burst pipe in the winter. Like anything could happen.
Yeah,
And I don't know. I don't know. And Ravi is a big believer in big books. I'm a big believer in runs and things I want to read. But
yeah.
he is right. I mean, he is right on the one hand that there is something incredible about a nice high end book.
So there is a copy of Fantastic Four #1 at a comic book shop, one of the comic book shops that's down there, and it's 25 grand Australian. So I reckon if I sold my majority of my books, I reckon I could get 25 grand for them.
Yeah.
So do I do that? Do I sell a big bulk lot, get that money, and then buy that one book, or do I keep that money?
Yeah. I don't think I could turn that money into one book. Like I feel like I would have the buyer's remorse almost immediately. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like to go from a collection to an item would feel really weird. But
See,
it depends on the person, man. It depends on what you're doing. Like for
yeah,
somebody, that one appearance, that first comic or whatever it might be the one that they're really chasing.
yeah.
Um,
But since the '90s, I've collected Fantastic Four, and I have every single issue since then. And I've
right.
gone back and I've bought like the older books. So I have probably about 100 that I don't have in my collection. So, do I sell all this? Do I buy that $25,000 book? Do I buy the first Doctor Doom, and then do I fill in the rest of the run, and then just have a complete run of Fantastic Four, and it keeps going every month? You
Right.
know,
I mean, would you like that? Do you think you could do that?
I think I could, and I'd do the same thing for Daredevil. Like I don't have Daredevil issue 1. I do. I mean, I got the Aussie reprint, but I
Right.
don't have the American print. So, um, yeah, yeah,
I, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't.
I think I'd be
So,
living with regret if I did that.
I know. I just don't like. I went back. I collect Flash kind of the same way you collect Fantastic Four, and I've just always it's a book I've always bought no matter what. And
Yeah,
then this last run, with Cy Spurrier writing at $5 a book, I quit. It was the first time I ever quit buying a book that was ongoing that I was getting like for the Flash.
yeah,
Um, and it was really hard to do. Like to tell them, hey, I'm not liking reading this at all. Like I had 3 issues I didn't even read,
yeah,
and I was like, I'm dropping this. And so they put it off my pull, and it. I would see it come out in the months, and it would like kind of eat at me, like I should probably, because it's a hole in my collection, right? Like it was complete up until this point. But the further away I got from that, the easier it was too. Like that
yeah,
actually kind of it felt good to get over that hump and realize that I don't have to I don't have to collect the book just because I want to collect the book. Like if I don't like it, I can give it up and I can go find other things I'm digging.
yeah. Well, I mean, I read Absolute Flash yesterday,
Yeah.
and as good as it is, and as fun as it is, I don't think there's anything new here. And at $4.99 a book, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I read a lot of stuff, and I think I might have to
Hmm.
put this to the side. Um, I'm still getting the Flash, and I've been getting the Flash since the '90s.
Yeah.
And thankfully, Mark Waid's back writing the book. It's
Oh,
a
really?
Yeah, he's onto his second issue,
Okay.
and it's got to do with the DC KO. So there's a little bit of world building, and um, there's a bit to it, but it's fun.
Yeah. Well, what K Munin says here, like when you stop enjoying a series, it's time to give it up. And like when books were 75 cents or $1 a piece, it was a lot easier to stick with it because it didn't hurt, anything to
Yeah,
spend an extra buck. Like you never noticed it. But now with books being $5, it's seriously like if I'm not into it, I just don't get it anymore. It's been easier and easier to drop books. But like me, you love to read a lot of newer titles that are coming out.
yeah,
And I'm just finding so much to like in in a lot of the Image stuff and a lot of the Mad Cave stuff that's coming out lately. I just feel like indies have so many really cool stories and big ideas, and DC and Marvel just aren't doing it for me at all for the most part. There's a
Yeah.
couple of books, Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, are still two that the absolutes I'm sticking with, but some of the Superman books have been fun here and there. But yeah, for if I'm gonna gamble on $5, it's almost always on something I think the story is going to be really interesting over something that is a character that I collect just because I collect them.
Yeah. Well, that last Iron Man book that came out that went for like 10 issues. I bought the first issue and I was like, no, I took a chance and I didn't like it.
Yeah,
But I did buy the last issue just because it was the last issue. And I've really been enjoying the Joshua Williamson Superman series.
I have too.
It's just so much
I have
fun.
too.
And even my brother picked up an issue and he's like, wow, he said, this is great. And Joshua Williamson is writing Iron Man. So I'm like picking it up. It's on my order. I'm just let me start reading it, each month. Because I trust that it's going to be fun.
Yeah, he's done a good job. Robbie wants to know if I would sell the bulk of my collection for a high grade run of Lois Lane. No. No. But I would love a run of Lois Lane, but it doesn't need to be high grade. I want to read them. Like so
Yeah.
like the higher grade it is, the more guilty I feel about breaking it open. So I definitely would not do that.
I'll show you something real quick. Like you want
Hey,
it to be in reading quality, and you don't want it to be like 9.8 and like Lois Lane number one 9.8 because you don't want to read it because it's like
right.
It's in too good condition.
Yes.
That you don't want to ruin it, but then you don't want it to be in like a 1 point. What's the grade here? It doesn't even say what the grade is, but I've got this. I'll take it out of the because it's too reflective. But it's the first appearance of Doom Patrol, and it is so brittle and so poor that I never want to take it out of the bag. Like it is brittle as anything.
That's the worst. Like I don't mind if a book is beat up, but I don't want it to fall apart in my hands just because it touches the oxygen. Yep, I see it.
See all the brittle bits of paper that are all broken off. That is how poor this quality, this comic is. I've taken it out once and just never again. So yeah, you want to find that happy medium.
That's a chemical reaction that I think like by soaking the pages in something. There's a guy, Archivist Adrift, Jason, that he's a conservator, and I see him. He takes books apart and he soaks them in, his little solution. And when he's done, a book that was brittle, I don't know that you can necessarily reverse that process, but you can make it strong again.
Yeah.
But yeah, this coverless Lois Lane is in decent enough shape. I read this book. Like I took this, I put it on my table and I flipped through it. It's, it's beat up because it's from 1961 or whatever, but this was exactly what I wanted. A book that I don't care if it's not a real cover. I was able to read this and see the ads and smell that Silver Age DC smell. Like it was all very authentic. It was super cool.
I do have issue 1 of Brave and the Bold in a coverless.
Very cool.
And I got it in auction. I was really surprised no one else bid on it. But yeah, I was like, it's Brave and the Bold issue 1. Like, it's the first issue of this massive long run. Why not pay whatever it was? But yeah, it's here somewhere. I've really got to take all these back home and sort them all out.
Yeah, I got my wall over here and I'm just slowly, like, as we watch stuff downstairs, I'm rebagging and boarding and scanning and then come up here and the filing cabinet starts with, A or numbers like at the top. And it used to go like A through, I'm going to say like, I don't know, almost to R. It's 4 shelves. And now I don't even think it makes it to M. It's just like I'm all on these shelves over here, but I don't mind that. Like honestly, it's just me becoming more organized and like and getting things a little more spread out. Flash takes up almost an entire drawer by itself because I've got my Barry Allen run, my Wally runs, and then back to
Yeah.
Barry again. So that you know how it is with your Ravages. I'm sure that's 3 or 4 3 or 4 shelves of your wall over there.
Well, let me just see if I can. That's them there, and there's a few down. No, they're everywhere. There's like 125 copies of that book.
So you have a short box worth.
Yeah, but I've got to reach out to Lunch Money Comics because he was getting a whole bunch for me, and I've got to arrange that.
I play a game. I play a game with him and some other guys online, and he had mentioned that not too long ago. Something about those Ravages, and it made me giggle.
Yeah, I feel guilty because I've just been so slack that I haven't reached out to him. But I
Morning,
need to.
Simon. Good to
Morning.
see you, dude. Fellow Aussie.
Oh, okay.
What? Okay. One of the things I do like seeing is like when you get your, I don't know how often, but when you get your like new book haul, and it's usually it's a good chunk because I don't think you get them on the same day they release here in the States. I think they have to build up for you. But out of all the new, because you're like me, you love older books, the books that you grew up with, books that were before your time, but like you still just love to get these books, and not everybody likes the new stuff. What are you really liking? Like, what are some newer books, that current ongoings or miniseries that you just are really enjoying the crap out of?
Well, there was and it's an odd book. It's called Wild Animals. It's by Mad Cave.
Yes, it's so good. One more issue to go.
Yes. And it's the Andy Kahn artwork, but also whenever I see the name Ed Brisson, I know that it's going to be a fun read. Just like when I see Frank Thierry, I know that I'm going to get some fun stuff. But what I love about this series, and again, it's like 5 or 6 issues. I love seeing like a plan form, and like the main antagonist saying, "I'm going to go from here to here, and it's going to go straight." And then it doesn't go straight; it goes like this, and he doesn't end up here. He ends up in in the wilderness. I just love seeing plans fall apart.
Yeah, I do too, and it's that crime noir kind of thing. So like it very much feels influenced by like Ed Brubaker's Criminal series, but not, it's, you're just following this poor kid, like that poor kid, and he's got his, like you said, he's got his plan for revenge by the end of the first issue. And when I read that, I was like, okay, as long as the author knows how this should go, this is going to be a beautiful disaster. Like this is going to end, because the kid's what, like 18, 19 years old. He doesn't know anything about about the world, or like he's got this plan, but he's like, you just know it's going to go south, and it really does. And it's a beautiful disaster to watch. And there's just a lot of interesting things. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Mad Cave, a lot of the Mad Cave stuff I've picked up, I have just dug the hell out of. And it's so funny because nobody knows that book but me. Like, I feel like nobody's buying that at my shop except me. It's a good one. Good pick.
Yeah. There was another one, and I think it's by Image. It's called Viking Moon. And
I've not read that, but I know some guys who are reading it and they really dig it.
Yeah, the second issue came out, and I read it yesterday.
That's funny. Hey, Carr. I looked up on the internet how to pronounce this guy's name. Is Kaare. I said Carrie. I don't think that's right. Someone else said Core. I don't know. I looked it up on the internet and it said Carr. Regardless, he's from Denmark, and it's good to see you, my friend.
The only thing from Mad Cave that I'm thinking of dropping is Dick Tracy.
Okay.
The only reason for that is because the quality has remained the same, but it was like there doesn't seem to be a point to keep the series going. It's just one thing after another.
I got it. Power of Google. Thanks, Carr. I did it. You're perfectly on time, Lewis. Welcome.
Dick Tracy, I'm thinking of getting rid of, just because I read so many books,
Yeah.
and also um, uh, Green Arrow. So I stopped getting Green Arrow for the cost. It was, I think, $4.99 an issue, and um, it was good, but it was kind of wordy in parts, and I'm like, I read so much I can do without it. But then I found out that it's ending with issue 31, so I got it back on my order, and I'm just running out the rest of the series. But I picked up issue 1 of Green Arrow, the Longbow Hunters. So book 1 of 3.
Yes.
And it's on the top of my pile, and I didn't realize. I thought for some reason it was just a reprint of the series, the Mike Grell series from the
Yeah, yeah.
80s. But no, it's not. It's its own separate story.
Oh,
And
wait, there's a new one? There's something new?
no. So the Longbow Hunters was 3 books, like 3
Right.
big books, and they brought
Yeah.
them out, and then they brought out the series with Mike Grell in the 90s. In the
Right.
80s. Yeah, so I didn't realize that. I thought that these collections were collections of the series.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
Longbow Hunters was the 3, like, it was so good, and then they were like, "Yeah, let's just let Mike Grell do Green Arrow then for a while," and I think he got, like, 30 or so issues out of it,
yeah,
that '80s run. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
You'll have a lot of
that's
fans of that. Longbow Hunters is excellent. Mike Grell is excellent. I love his art so much.
mm,
Um, let's
so yeah,
see.
that might be what I'm reading.
Did you happen to see, I think it's from Dark Horse, this Robo Wolf number 1 and 2?
Uh,
I don't think
yes
I
and no. I think I'm familiar with the cover, but
Yeah, I don't
no.
think I have it available around. It's wild. It's really
I'm
wild.
gonna have to
You
check
would
it out.
dig it. It has that, like, that kind of tick humor to it at times, like especially the second issue. Like, there's a guy with chainsaw arms. It's like, and someone's, oh, I hope he doesn't cut me with his chainsaw arms. And the next panel, he's like, oh my god, he's cutting me with his chainsaw arms. And there's just something so stupid about that that it made me laugh. And it just, you know what I'm saying, that kind of indie humor.
Yeah,
I just really dug it. Have you checked out this book at all? Escape, from
yeah. I
Image and
didn't.
Rick
I couldn't really
Remender.
get into it.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm loving it.
I read um the the reason for the book at the back of the
Uh-huh.
book, and I
Yeah.
found that more interesting than the actual story itself.
I yeah. Did you read the second issue?
No,
Okay.
I only got the
So
first issue.
and I've noticed this with a lot of indie books. Like, I feel like the setup isn't complete until you get to that second issue. And that's
Yeah,
how Escape was. Like, I thought the first issue was fine, and I was with you. Like, I liked what he had to say. That Rick Remender wrote this really nice thing at the end, about why he was telling the story that way. And I found
yeah,
that really interesting. Yeah, probably more so than the first issue. But in the second issue, they get into the character of Milton and why he chooses to go to war when he really doesn't have to. And it was just so good. Like, it was so freaking good. And I just thought, man, if this was, they should have done a double, right? Like, done a
yeah.
1 and 2 together so that they could have hooked people a little better. Another one that was like that was Daniel Warren Johnson's The Moon is Following Us. I didn't think the
Okay,
first
yeah,
issue, I didn't think it was bad, but it just didn't hook me. The second issue grabbed me, and I was like, I had to finish it off. It was,
yeah.
and that was 10 issues and really good, a really good read.
There was a book that came out probably about a year and a half ago now, and it was the 6 Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton, and
Okay.
it was by Kyle Sparks, who has a book that came out this week. I haven't yet to pick it up, but yeah. And what it was a movie star from the '80s who then did a TV show, and he was found he'd hung himself, and all the sidekicks from his movies and his TV shows went to his funeral, and they all agreed that he was just a big big jerk, like the biggest jerk in the world, and he mistreated them all. And they said there was no way he would end his own life. So they investigated actually what happened to him.
It almost sounds like Umbrella Academy. That's kind of how Umbrella Academy started, was all the kids going to the funeral.
Okay.
And like,
cool.
not saying that they copied it or anything. It's just, it's an interesting concept. I like it.
I've never actually read Umbrella Academy, so
it's pretty good. I only read the first book.
okay.
Chainsaw Man is fun. I read the first manga I think I got from my library, and I watched some of the anime came in.
Is there a movie out or a movie coming out of Chainsaw?
I don't know if there's a movie. I know there's an anime. I watched at least a couple episodes of it that I could watch for free. I think they wanted me to pay money after that, and I was like, I don't have. I'll get that from the library. I'll figure it out. I don't have a Crunchyroll. I guess I should. Hey, Brad. Good to see you. Another Canadian friend. I mean, we're worldwide here, Maarten. You're really bringing them out of the woodwork today. I appreciate that. I want to make sure that people know I have Maarten's YouTube channel pinned at the top. So if you're not subbed to Maarten, you should. It's the pinned comment. But you're not just a comic book fan and collector. You are a creator. And if I was a better friend, I would have my copy of Wombat Man ready to show.
Well, if I was a smart man, I'd have my Wombat Man shirt, but I don't have it on today. I changed it for this other shirt. So yeah, I wrote this book. This superhero book called Wombat Man, and it's about a guy who has the strength of a wombat, and he's got a big beard, and he's part of a superhero team based here in Melbourne. They're called the Down Unders. I've got 3 issues of Wombat Man out. Actually, I had them at All Star Comics on the shelves, and the first issue sold out within a week.
It's awesome.
So that was I got a bit of a kick out of that. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm working on issue 4 of the Down Unders, and I'm going to be working on issue 4 of Wombat Man in the new year. So it's all
very cool.
Kicking on. Thanks.
Only have the first issue, and it was sent to me by Mr. Akins from What's on the Comic Rack as a gift. And it was legitimately hilarious. Like, I love indie books, and I love indies, indie comedy sensibility, and you had that. Yeah. So it's really good. I would recommend it. And then you have a twin brother, and the 2 of you are both comic creators. Like, I love when you post videos of you guys like at the cons and walking around and your little display with fart puppies and the other books. It's really cool to see, man.
Thank you. So my twin brother's name's Manuel, and he does a book called Spell Kitty. It's about a magical kitten in London, and he's writing a prose book, so like just a handwritten book, like a novel, and he's hoping to have that out by the middle of next year, because we were at a convention probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we saw like all these little kids go up, they go up to all these booksellers that were around us, and they would buy these big, thick novels. And so I said to him, why don't you do a Spell Kitty novel? Because these little kids, they want to be engrossed in this world of magic and magic and kittens. Like it writes itself. So yeah, he's doing that at the moment.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I saw him
yesterday. He's kicking on with it, so he's very happy, and that's the fun of doing these books and creating these books. If I enjoy it, then I know someone else will enjoy it, because if I'm not enjoying doing this, people will read it and they'll get that sense that this is just there's not much here. But if there's something that I enjoyed about the book, then I think that goes a little bit away to bringing the entertainment value up.
I'm going to pop in the comments real quick, and then I'm going to come back to what you just said, because I think it's important. So Terry, Dead Man, Comic Cover Show, says Green Arrow, The Wonder Year by Mike Grell is also rather good. I don't know if I read that one. Unless that's one of the... Terry, if that's one of the story arcs in the ongoing, I'm not sure. And then Carr says that Umbrella Academy is outstanding. Yeah, I know I read the first trade, maybe the first two, but I was really surprised. Gabriel Bott is a My Chemical Romance. I think he was the lead
Hmm.
singer of that band or something like
Yeah.
that, and ended up being quite a decent writer for comic books. Chainsaw Man, not Chainsaw Vigilante. Chainsaw Man has a movie called The Res Arc. So I don't
Right.
know. I just know it's weird. There's like little Pokemon like demons, and this guy has one in him, and I don't know. It was super bloody. That's what I like. I love over the top gore and body horror, and this totally had it. And then
Well,
okay. So Terry says
okay.
it's a 4-issue miniseries, the
Ah,
Mike
cool.
Grell. So
Well,
Mike Grell, yeah, I'll check that out.
with my Wombat Man series, I always like to try and make it as violent as possible, um, because I just figured like a teenage boy wants to see two guys just like, beating each other to a pulp.
Right. Well, and like, a lot of people who didn't live through the 90s, like, will look at Rob Liefeld and say, why? Why did this ever take off? It was hyper violent. And it was, for whatever, for its time, it was also hypersexualized, right? Like those
Yeah,
were the two things that a 13-year-old kid at the comic shop was like, I don't care if there's feet or not. There is boobs and blood and I'm buying it,
yeah.
So yeah,
S-
that's where you
sexy
should be
ladies,
going.
and a bit of violence. That's what these teenagers want. And
Yeah,
sometimes you just have
that's
to give it
right.
to them.
Gerard Way is the writer. That's right. That's the guy I was thinking of. He's the My Chemical Romance guy.
He did the Doom Patrol series,
Yes.
the
Yes, he did.
the young animal series,
Mhm.
run.
It was
Yeah,
pretty good. I liked that one
it was
too.
good. Yeah,
Um, I want to go back to what you said about having fun. Like having fun, if you're having fun making what you're making, people respond to it. And I think it's the same thing with what we're doing right now. Like I feel like if you're just like going through the motions of trying to put out videos or do whatever, like people sense that, right? But like you're a guy in a storage shed showing off your collection. You show 5 books every day, and it's
yeah,
like pure unadulterated joy. And
yeah.
and I love that. Like that's why I dig it. It's why I dig you. Like
Thank you.
you're not trying to like you know what I mean? Like you're not putting on airs. You're like, here's some books I read, and I don't know about you, but like I do this because more than anything, like I feel like it's a little bit of a record of why I'm doing it. Like I don't know how
Hmm.
to sit down. I don't know how to explain it to somebody, and I don't want to try. And I don't, nobody wants to hear it the whole deal. But I'll sit here and I'll tell you some books that I've got that I like. And maybe that's enough. I don't know if that's why you're doing it, but like I just think it's cool. Like you're giving people a little peek into your psyche about what you collect and why, and why it makes you happy. I think that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm doing something, and I'm going to show off that book, and it'll make sense when once I do the video, like why I'm showing that off. But
Yeah.
each video is, I get the books together, I click record, and I just go. And I don't know what I'm going to say in that time, and I stuff up all the time. A lot of the times, I'll show the book and I'll say, this, and it'll be completely factually incorrect.
Yeah.
And I encourage people to get into the comments and say, Maarten, I love you, but you're an idiot. And usually it's my brother, and he's like, "You realized you said New X-Men when you should have said New Mutants, or you said
Right.
this when you should have said that." And yeah, yeah. Look, I showed off. I got this Ravage book, and it was bent like that because it was just posted in the most just
Oh,
terrible way. And my brother put up a comment, and he said, "It's your bent copy variant."
nice.
Yeah,
But see, here's the thing. Comic book collecting is a group activity, and it is for me now. It didn't used to be like at all. Like I had one guy that I could go digging with or talk to comic books about. And now it's just, because of the people in this circle and in this niche, this small little YouTube corner that we're in. Cliff is right. I found people who want to hear, like,
yeah,
I want to hear the Ghostwriter story you're going to tell why you got that book. And it's just cool. It's just cool that like technology has allowed this to happen. And that,
yeah,
on two entirely different days, two different continents, you and I are able to connect simultaneously. How freaking cool is that, right? We wouldn't
Yeah.
have met if this hadn't happened.
Well, I mean, I was talking to someone from Boston last night, and I was like, from Boston, and then I'm doing a video with him on Friday night, coming up on Friday night, and it's like, it's just incredible that
Yeah.
I'm a guy in a small town in Melbourne, Victoria, and he is in Boston. Like, crazy stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I know, dude. I'm in a small town in Indiana. I tell people Indianapolis, but it's not.
Yeah,
Not
no,
that that's a metropolitan center at all.
I've known you for a year or so now. I've never actually asked you where you're located, and my wife said, "Oh, where's this guy based?" And I was like, "I think he's a few hours difference," but I never knew where you were located. So
Yeah.
Indiana, all right, that's cool.
Yep. Central Indiana. I love this here that K Munin wants to know if that's a Spider-Man behind you in the ASM. Is that a box of Spider-Man, or do you just have that ASM
No,
faced out?
so this is a slab. I'm part of the 300 Club, and yeah, this was also from the guy who sold me the Hulk 180, and yeah, 6.5. It's got the tiniest little
Oh, yeah. Little break
and
there.
because of that, the price went down. But yeah, I got this from a good mate, Benny DeRuda, another Dutchman over in Adelaide, and yeah, that's my slab of Amazing Spider-Man 300.
That's a cool book, man.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but okay.
Lovely.
Yeah. We're just here to giggle and have fun. And that's my brother-in-law, John, who lives a little bit south. I mean, he's right. Indiana's not cool.
Well,
You got to make your own fun. You got to find a lot of comic books and things to read because there's just not much else to do. No,
I
Brian, you're not late. We're glad you're here.
I live in a small town called Muralbark, so yeah, there's nothing to do in Muralbark.
But I don't know. I don't need things to go do. I'll make my own fun. Always
Yeah,
have. Well, I know that you said you're going to go digging at this place, and I don't want to keep you too long. I didn't know if there's anything else you wanted to talk about before we go, or anybody who's in the chat. If you have a question for Martin in general, go ahead and throw it in the chat, and I'll make
yeah,
sure to get it asked.
please.
But
The
did you have
last thing I
anything
want to
else,
mention,
buddy?
yeah, real quick, and I don't want to get political, but I don't know if you've heard that Australia's got a social media ban starting tomorrow, and
No.
it's for people under the age of 16.
Okay.
It's all about internet safety
Sure.
for these kids. And being that it's part of the government, I said to my kids, "What's the bet? They stuff up." So if my channel vanishes, within 24 hours, it's not because of anything I've done. It's because there's this social media ban from December the 1st. And yeah, hopefully it doesn't affect me. I don't think it would. There's very small chance that it would, but you never know.
I would think I saw something very similar happen in England, and the worst, I didn't see anybody get their channels like mothballed or canceled or anything. What I saw was basically people had to verify their age somehow. And I don't know if
Yeah,
it's still the same. Like, I didn't even upload an ID to YouTube or anything. I had to take a picture of my face, I think is what I
yeah,
had to do, like do a video. And I don't know. It's stupid.
yeah. That's what.
Let's see. Car, if you had a question, if you could ask it again, or I'll see if I can find it while Martin's
Yeah.
talking.
And I don't know if you're going to partake in the Cyber Monday, but there's one book in particular I'm thinking of like throwing all my finances at.
What is it? Do you want to say?
Yes and no. Uh,
Oh, I found it. He wants to know if the numbers of collectors in Australia is going down, but you kind of talked about that earlier, and it seems like it's not the case.
yeah, no. So every time I go to my local, there seems to be a lot of uni students that are getting into the hobby. The thing is that they're being selective in what they buy, which is understandable. you've got an infinite. You've only got a certain amount of money. You buy what you love and you hold on to it. So no, I don't think the numbers are going down. They're just moving, and people still love the hobby. I still see this hobby being fruitful for the next 5 to 10 years at least, easily at least. And that's not because of movies or anything like that. It's just from people loving this art form.
What about, you go to a lot of conventions as a
Mm-hmm.
creator. Do you see attendance at those conventions as being, good? Are they, well attended?
It depends on what state you're in. Like
Okay.
Melbourne, yes. Adelaide's a smaller town, so there's only say 15,000 people going there. But there's a convention happening on Saturday, this coming Saturday, and my daughter, she's just turned 12, and she said she wanted to go to her first convention. So I've bought her
Cool.
a ticket, and then she's convinced her friends to go with her. So it's going to be an all-girl event.
Oh,
I'm not going now. My wife is going to go so that
I was gonna say I'll pray for you, but
yeah, no, I
okay,
just said
you're okay.
I'd feel uncomfortable going with all these mums but yeah, so all there's all these 12-year-old kids that are wanting to go to these conventions, and
Right.
they're not going for comic books. They're going for the social aspect of it. They're
Hmm.
going for the costumes,
Right.
yeah, and video games, and it's basically it's because it's a visual thing. That's what they're interested in. So it's really fun to see my daughter get so invested in this. Her first comic convention.
That's really cool. And see, I hear some people talk negatively about, the fact that a comic book convention has, anime and gaming, video games, costumes. I just whatever it takes to keep it floating. And I think
Yeah,
there's so much like cross pollination within these different, like I like video games and I dabble. I'm not going to say I'm a huge anime fan or anything, but there's ones that I like.
yeah,
So, when I go to these things, I like seeing those different aspects of the hobby being there because I'm more likely to like check something out if it's right in front of my face. And
yeah,
I, these kids that go there for those other things, they may see, those girls, one of them may see a Spider Gwen costume or comic, and it may tweak something. They'll pick something up. Who knows,
yeah.
and that
Um,
it works both ways.
my daughter was saying that she was a bit nervous about anime, and she's like, "Oh, is it popular? Do you think I'm weird because I like anime?" And I said, there's 8 billion people in the world, and an eighth of the world are heavily invested in anime. So
Yeah.
definitely not. It's completely and utterly normal, and it's a beautiful thing. And I said, there's animes that I loved when I was her age, and I still love them.
Right.
So it never get it's always in the blood.
Very cool. Was there anything else you wanted to bring up, buddy?
No, that's it, mate. All good.
Okay. Well,
I'm talked
I,
out.
I just want to. I'm so glad we were able to make this work out. If you weren't here at the beginning, Martin's the first guy I ever did a comic book hangout with. So like, any chance to hang out again, I'm gonna jump on it. The time difference can be rough, but I found a really nice app for converting Eastern Standard Time to Melbourne time, and
Oh, lovely.
and, it lives on my phone just for you, my friend. But yeah, Martin is the pinned comment in the chat, so you should go check him out. Aussie Comic Book
Please do.
Collector, and like through his links, you can find. Is it Drawn Out Dad? Is that it? Is
Yes,
that what I'm thinking
that's
of?
the name of our company, Drawn Out Dad.
Yes.
Yep.
So Drawn Out Dad, him and his twin brother, the comic books that they produce, like Wombat Man, Spell Kitty, and my personal favorite, Fart Puppies. It's just the best title ever.
Thank you.
But yeah, we're gonna get going. We had a ton of people join us in the chat from literally all over the world. So guys, thank you so much. I mean, we would do this without you, but it's so much more fun to do this with people to talk back to. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate that anyone ever wants to watch any of this nonsense. It really is kind of freaking amazing.
Yeah.
So
And
Martin,
the
thanks for
questions were
hanging
great.
out with me. Yeah. Thanks, guy. That's just the thing. Like, it's not, people are so interactive, and it's like it's that community part of it. It's just so
Yeah.
freaking cool. So everybody, thank you so much. We're going to end it there. And Maarten, stick around for a minute, and everybody else, we'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one.
See you guys.